recording. Yeah, you can start, sir.
Friends, before, sir, can I start now?
Yeah, you can start.
Friends, before starting on retail lending, today the topic is retail lending I have taken. There are actually in bank, now credit I am starting from today, tomorrow, I'll finish credit topics. See, first, when we are talking on credit, we can divide credit into three parts. One is retail lending, another is agricultural lending, another is MSME lending. Okay. Retail lending means, you people know very well, car loan, housing loan, Canara rent, Canara mortgage, all these things, all these loans falls under retail lending. The basic thing what we have to know is retail lending always we give based on the salary income, whatever party is receiving, based on that we give loans, means that is a retail lending loan. Agriculture also, you know pretty well that based on the agriculture income what farmer is getting, based on that we give agriculture loans. Now third loan is MSME means generally we can construe like this: business loans for a manufacturing, or for automobile manufacturing, or some trader. If you are financing, they will do business and they will generate income. Out of this retail lending, bank will show more interest, because the advantage is we get more interest in retail lending compared to the other loans. And one more advantage what we have is the becoming NPA is very, very less, because here sure short income salary is already proved that party is having some salary, so it is a advantage loan. So this is with regard to retail. So retail lending, because you are working as a clerks, I thought little bit idea I should give before touching the topic. Retail lending, mainly whenever bank is giving or when we are sanctioning loans, so generally we see the CIBIL report of the borrower. Yeah, CIC, we call it as CIC means credit information companies. Okay, CIBIL is also one credit information company. CIBIL, what it does is they will obtain information of all the borrowers from all the banks and they will keep in a server. And whenever any bank wants to know about a particular borrower, they will hit CIBIL and they will ask, please give me the information about this borrower. So automatically CIBIL will give a report in that wherever he has availed loans, all the things will come. Then we will verify whether he is paying regularly or not. Is there any return off is there or not? All these things we will see, and based on that, we will take a decision. So CIBIL is a pre-sanction exercise. Before sanctioning any proposal, we have to generate CIBIL and we have to peruse the report. Okay, this is with regard to CIBIL is a CI. CIBIL is one agency with regard to CIC. Three more agencies are there. Now, for giving a brief introduction before talking to retail lending schemes, I want to tell you about this CIC guidelines. Because in CIC, this credit information company, CIBIL is a long old company. So that is the reason always we talk on CIBIL. Okay. Not only CIBIL, three more companies are now available to provide you that particular CIC report. What are they? Number one is CIBIL, old one. After that, CRIF has come into picture. Then Equifax is there. Then Experian is there. All these four agencies are providing you the CIC report. Okay, information about the borrower, you can say. Okay, please remember, all these companies will give score in between 300 to 900. 900 is the best score and 300 is the worst score. Okay, and once they give 900 to 300, they bifurcate the amount, they bifurcate the number. For example, a borrower 900 to 777, highest 900, very good party. Up to 777, this borrower, this party, if you generate a CIBIL and he is getting in between 900 777, he is a low risk customer. That means he is a very good customer for your branch. Prospective customer is very good. I can construe like that. Now coming to next score, 776 to 743, it starts and it is called as normal risk. Okay. If it is coming 740 to 702, we call it as moderate risk. Some risk is there with this party. Then 702 ho gaya. 701 se 300, we call him as high risk customer. Please remember, high risk means very less score he is having. There may be some delinquencies, that means some defaults, some delay in payments. All these things in the report may be there. So you have to peruse the report and you have to take a decision. Okay, this is how they give. Once they call low risk based on marks, normal risk, moderate risk grade, high risk grade. These are risk grades, not risk rating. Okay, these risk grades, as they will call it as CS1, CS2, CS3, CS4. They may ask in any way. CS1 is nothing but low risk. Okay. 2 is nothing but normal risk. And 3 is nothing but moderate risk. And 4 is nothing but high risk. When you generate this particular report, how much amount you have to pay to CIBIL? 50 rupees you have to pay. For example, I want to generate your own CIBIL. I want you came for a loan to me. I will generate CIBIL and I have to pay CIBIL 50 rupees plus GST, which I will collect from you. First point. And second point is, when you are collecting this, if party asks you, sir, please give me that report to me. Yes, we can very well provide the report, but we have to collect 50 rupees plus GST from the customer. If we are giving loan, we will debit the account. If he's not taking the loan or if he wants that report, yes, we can give it to him, but we have to collect this. Now coming to risk rating, this low risk and normal risk, that means good score, little bit good score up to here. Okay. So low risk and normal risk, we can sanction loans to parties. That means branch managers or respective sanctioning authority can sanction loans up to normal risk. If it is a moderate risk, because less score he got, they say these CS3 proposals are moderate risk proposals, are 740 to 702, whoever got score, it will go to generally RO, regional office. Okay. Then high risk, very less score party got, then these high risk proposal will go to circle office. Only DGM CO can sanction. Please remember, high risk, moderate risk, high risk, it has to go to DGM CO CSE. But even though moderate risk or high risk, whatever risk party is getting, party got score, based on that, this risk you have allotted, right? After that, if you want to give to your RO or circle office, you have to justify and you have to send it why you want to do the proposal when there is a less score. Okay. This is with regard to brief introduction of CIBIL score. In the class, when I am talking on low risk, normal risk, these type of words I use in the retail lending, then you must understand that low risk, when I am speaking, means is a good customer. His score in the CIBIL is 900 to 777. Good score. Normal, if I speak, you can presume that his score is 776 to 743. Like this, not only CIBIL, CRIF, Equifax, Experian also give score, but please remember the scores are different. For example, CIBIL, you see 900 777, they call it as low risk, but in CRIF they call 900 to 720. Different scores are given by different companies for low risk also. Okay, these variations are there. If possible, try to have a look on this, because in the examination last time they have asked with regard to moderate scores. So we must remember all the 4 scores, what he expected from us. I don't know, that type of question may come to you or may not come to you. Okay. Now, one minute. Okay. Then CIC reports, generally when there are 4 companies are available, why can't we take 2 company reports? So bank had a thought that when we are giving big loans, we will take 2 reports and we will see. For example, we have generated CIBIL. We got some 5 loans. When if we might have generated Experian, sixth loan is available. Then bank thought, okay, up to certain loan amount, we take 1 report. After that certain loan amount, we will take 2 reports. For example, if you are sanctioning a housing loan, up to 10 lakhs, you have to take 1 report. If you are giving above 10 lakhs, you have to generate 2 reports. In the examination, they may ask you when you have to take 2 CIC with regard to housing loans. 10 lakhs. About 10 lakhs, we have to take 2 CIC reports. Like that car loan, if you are sanctioning, up to 5 lakhs, single report. Above 5 lakhs, you have to take 2 reports. Please remember, when I'm talking about 2 reports, you can take any company's report. It is not related to CIBIL. CIBIL, I said 4 companies are there. CIBIL, Experian, Equifax, and CRIF. Out of these 4, any 2, it's your choice. You can take any 2 companies' reports and you have to verify the reports. You have to satisfy yourself and you have to sanction the loan to the party. Okay, because it should give a satisfactory report about the borrower. Car loan means, remember, housing loan 10 lakhs, car loan 5 lakhs and above, 2 reports, above 10 lakhs for housing loan. MSME segment 10 lakhs and agriculture segment also, it is 3 lakhs. If you are giving a gold loan, even gold loan attracts a CIBIL report. Above 3 lakhs, you have to take 2 reports. Minimum these 2-3 loans you have to remember when we have to take 2 CIC reports. Okay. This is risk rating with regard to delegation of power. See, when I told you CS1 low risk, CS2 normal risk based on the score, respective sanctioning authority. What is mean by respective sanctioning authority? Respective sanctioning authority means, for example, your branch is a small category branch. Branches are categorized generally for your sake. I'm telling three type: small branch, medium branch, large branch. This is for your purpose. After that, VLB is there, ELB is there generally. Okay, five type of branches we can say. Okay, five types. If you are working in a small branch, if your business is less than 10 crores, your branch will categorize small branch, for example. In a small branch, a branch for your manager is having a car loan sanctioning power of 5 lakhs. So up to 5 lakhs, that is his respective sanctioning authority power. Your manager is having 5 lakhs power. Up to 5 lakhs car loan, he can sanction for low risk and normal risk. That is called respective sanctioning authority. Okay. He is having power of 5 lakhs. Yes, he can do it for low risk and normal risk only. For example, party got moderate risk. How he got moderate? Because of score. Just now I told you, for what score we are classifying as moderate. I think CIBIL it is 742 and below it starts for moderate risk. Then your branch manager doesn't have any power to sanction that loan, car loan. So what he will do, he will send it to RO. Then RO will sanction. Okay. This is one thing you have to remember. And moderate risk generally branch manager not having any power to sanction. But two loans are exceptional. Even your branch manager can sanction. Number one is housing loan. Housing loan, your branch manager can sanction up to 75% of delegated powers. 75% of delegated power means, for example, your branch power is 10 lakhs. He can sanction 7.5 lakhs, even moderate risk grade account also. Party got as per CIBIL moderate. Yes, your manager can sanction 7.5 lakhs, even though party is moderate. Actually, moderate, I told you, there are no powers. But for housing loan, they have given 75% of delegated powers. Same thing for a two-wheeler loan. If a two-wheeler loan has come to your branch, your manager can sanction moderate risk account also. Even that score is moderate is great, he can sanction. But one condition is loan he can give only up to 1.50 lakhs only. First point, up to 1.5 lakhs only he can sanction. And one more thing, whomever he is sanctioning, he should be a salaried employee. He cannot sanction to a businessman that 1.5 lakh. Only for salaried he can sanction, and up to 1.5 lakhs only he can sanction. Up to this, you must know before going to retail lending class. Okay, this is with regard to CIC. I gave a brief introduction. If you want to know more, my video last time, it is there for officers, managers. You can watch it because I have to complete my retail lending. But I should give basic idea about CIC. I told you there are 4 agencies available: CIBIL, Experian, Equifax, and CRIF. And you have to generate a report from that. Any borrower comes to you, you have to generate a report from that, and you have to see what are the loans he has taken, all these things. Based on that, you have to take a decision. They will give some scores. That score starts from 300 and it will end at how much? 900. 900 is the best score. 300 is the worst score. Okay. So based on 300, 900, they have allocated some scores. For example, 900 to 777, low risk. 776 to 743, normal risk. Like that, they have given scores. Based on the scores, we will call the borrower as low risk, normal risk. What happens when we got low risk? If a party got low risk, your manager powers, your delegation of power will be in the within the branch. He can sanction, number one. Even party gets lesser rate of interest. Low risk party will get lowest rate of interest. Normal will be normal risk customer will have not having a better rate of interest like low risk customer. For example, low risk customer is 7%, then normal will be charged 7.20. Interest will be more for normal. Moderate, again, interest will be increased like that. Okay. And whether any exceptions are there for CIBIL, without generating CIBIL, any loans we can sanction. Only 2 loans we can sanction. What are they? Number one, our staff loans. Our staff loans we can sanction without connecting to CIC scores, number one. And number 2 is any loan you are sanctioning VSL against deposit, because staff loan is safe loan. That's why bank told, okay, don't generate CIBIL, you go ahead with staff. And one more, they told without generation of CIBIL we can go. That second loan is VSL. VSL means Already deposit is there, you are safe. That is the reason bank told these two loans without generating civil you can sanction. Okay, this is a basic information I have given about CIC agencies. Now I will go to retail lending. Retail lending, any report is there in our bank? Yes, the report name is PSR 71. This is for Canara Bank, I told PSR 71. Okay. Please remember, whenever your branch want to sanction retail lending loans in any particular scheme, for example, car loan you want to sanction, your branch can sanction maximum 25 loans only in a month. In a month, maximum you can sanction 25 months. Above 25 loans, if at all you want to sanction one segment, I am telling, car loan only, not entire retail lending, housing loan, car loan, everything is not I am telling. I am telling single loan. Car loan, if you are sanctioning, maximum 25 car loans you can sanction. If you want to sanction 26th car loan in a particular month, you have to take permission from circle head. Okay, this is one important general guideline you have to know. Now coming to retail lending schemes, whether close related to employees, whether we can sanction. See, for example, I am working for Canara Bank. My wife has come to Canara Bank to take a vehicle loan. Whether manager is empowered to sanction, because my wife is a close relative. So whether manager is empowered to sanction? No, because they are my father, my son, my daughter, my wife, my father. Branch manager cannot sanction up to scale 3. Scale 1 officer, scale 2 manager, scale 3, they cannot sanction in branch. But if your manager is a scale 4, VLB, yes, he can sanction. So minimum scale 4 and above only can sanction loans to our close relatives. That is the first important point for general guidelines. Now, waiver of salary credit mandate. You must know with regard to vehicle loans. Actually, whenever we are sanctioning Canara vehicle loan, housing loans, any retail loan, generally we take salary mandate, or generally we ask the borrower to bring salary to our bank, first chance. If he is unable to bring salary, then we will ask the borrower, bring a mandate. What is this mandate? Mandate means his HRM section, just like you, some HRM section is there for that employee also, correct? Their HRM section will give a undertaking letter to our bank. If this party is not paying the loan, we will pay the loan amount. That is called mandate. If that mandate or salary credit is not coming, even your branch want to sanction Canara vehicle or housing loan, branch manager has to take permission from RAH or RO, whatever it may be. Okay, this is important, first point. Next, for example, you know now RAHs are established in everywhere in the country. Okay, retail asset hubs. What they will do? See, for example, now vehicle loans are there. If you are sitting in a rural area, you may not be knowing generally about RAH. But if you are working in a cities like Kolkata, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Hyderabad, so your branches are all generally connected to one RAH located in your city only. That RAH will sanction loans to all these branches. Now, if at all your branch has received one vehicle loan, your branch cannot sanction. If your branch is connected to RAH, that vehicle loan, you have to send the proposal to RAH only. Then RAH will have senior manager or manager, and RAH will be always headed by one executive, DM or AGM. Okay. Now the bank wants to say, when the proposal go to RAH, the senior manager, whoever may be available in the RAH, cannot sanction any loan. Only RAH in charge. That means DM or AGM, whoever may be available in that RAH, can only sanction retail lending loans, any loan. Okay, this is one important modification came in our bank. Next, Canara mortgage loan. What is Canara mortgage loan? Canara mortgage loan means we will take one property as a mortgage. Generally, people will ask your friends also, any mortgage loan is there in your bank? That means we have to, for example, your friend is having a house or some shop. What we will do, we will take that property, we will mortgage in our bank, and based on his income, we will give some loan to him. That is called mortgage loan. He can use that money for any purpose other than speculation. Okay, any purpose he can use. That is called Canara mortgage loan. So this Canara mortgage loan, whenever you are sanctioning, always you must take a exclusive property. That property should not have been encumbered to any other loan. That is important. But one exception they have permitted. Already party is having housing loan with you, for example. In that case, if housing loan, for example, house property is 50 lakhs, loan is only 10 lakhs. How much security he is having? 40 lakhs extra he is having. 50 lakhs is property value. Loan is only 10 lakhs. If you take 10 lakhs coverage from security, remaining 40 lakhs, that house value is available. Correct, na? That security. On that security, you can give Canara mortgage loan to the party. Only this is the exception permitted. All other securities we cannot take if it is already mortgaged in our bank. This is one important change we have to remember. Next, retail and review of sanctions. Any retail loans you are sanctioning, when this loan has to go for review. Review means, first you should understand some terminologies, then only you can explain this. I can explain you the slides. Review means, once your branch manager sanctions a particular loan, after sanctioning of that loan, he has to send all the papers, application, sanction, CIBIL report, everything to regional office. Regional office, one section will be there called CRM section. That CRM section, what they will do, they will review the sanction of your branch. They will see all the papers, whether your branch manager has sanctioned properly or not. And then they will give some important comments to branch manager. Any deficiency is there, they will comment, or any paper is missing, they will comment. That your manager has to comply. Okay, this is called review mechanism. Manager will sanction, some more body will be there in RO, that is called CRM section. They will take all the papers, check the papers, and they will give their compliance, or they will give their observations to your branch manager. Okay, this is called review mechanism. Okay, then now question is, when we have to send for review? Every loan, whether we will send 10,000, 1 lakh, so many loans your manager will sanction, right? I think whether my slides are not moving. Okay. Again, I'll share. Okay, 1 minute. Actually, it is in your screen is sharing only, it is showing to me. Okay, now is that okay? Okay. Okay, only two. I have gone just 2 slides only. This slide you have not seen. So first I told 25 numbers you can sanction. I told you, I think just 1 minute, I'll go it fast. 25 numbers, more than that you cannot sanction in a particular scheme. If at all you want to sanction within a month, if you want to sanction 26th loan, you have to take circular permission. Close relatives, I told you, scale 1, scale 2, scale 3 managers are not having powers. Only scale 4 and above only having powers. Okay. Now, waiver of mandate and all, I told you that if you want to give a vehicle loan or housing loan, and if you want to waive mandate or salary credit, you have to take permission from RO or RAH. Okay. Then I told you in RAH, senior manager will be available, and they don't have any powers to sanction any loan. They have to place before their AGM DM, and they have to get the sanction. Okay. Canara mortgage, I told you, only exclusive property you have to take, one fresh property you have to take. But only one exception I told, if party is already having some housing loan, if there is a security is there, like housing loan is 50, loan is house property value is 50, loan is 10. So 40 lakhs extra comfort is there in security. On that security, again, you can give Canara mortgage loan. That is one exception I told. Now this slide I am discussing with you. Review mechanism, I told you what is the review mechanism. Every sanction has to get reviewed by CRM section RO. They have to confirm that your officer manager has done properly that particular loan as per bank guidelines. So when they have to send for review, every loan they need not send to RO. For that, there is a cutoff limit, cutoff amount they kept, that is above 5 lakhs. Very important figure you have to remember. When a branch manager has to send a loan for review to CRM section above 5 lakhs, that means up to 5 lakhs, your manager has sanctioned 5 lakhs car loan. He will not send that proposal to CRM section for review, but he is sanctioning 5 lakh 1 rupee. He has to send 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs, whatever it may be. Above 5 lakhs, this review mechanism will be applicable. Okay. Coming to claps. Now many people are doing under claps, right? But if you are doing in claps, review of next higher authority will review also under claps only. Okay. And when there is a collapse, now RAH already retail asset hub, I told you, there are some retail asset hubs. If retail asset hub, wherever it is, then immediately RAH will review. And if RAH is sanctioning any proposal, immediately their next higher authority, RO, immediately they will review. After that only, they can disburse or they can give sanction to branch. Now coming to delegation of powers with regard to retail lending schemes. See, when you are sanctioning any retail lending, this car loan, housing loan, all these loans, your branch is having some powers. Those powers are written as per latest circular is, this is old circular 810/20, I have not changed. Now it is 1/21. 2021, first circular bank issued is delegation of powers. What does it contain? Delegation of power contains how much your branch manager is having power to sanction car loan, housing loan, whatever loan, every loan, how much he can sanction, it will be available in delegation of power circular. So that circular is very, very important before sanctioning any loan. Then delegation is linked to CIC grade, correct? I already told you, for low risk and normal risk, only your branch manager can sanction. Okay. Other than that, he cannot sanction CIC. Moderate, he can sanction two loans, I told you. One is I told you for moderate risk. One is housing loan, he can sanction 75% of delegated powers. And one more loan I told you, for two-wheeler loan, he can sanction up to 1.5 lakhs, that too only salaried persons. NPA level of the branch. This is also very, very important. In the last slide I have given. If for branch NPA in that particular segment, if it is more than 5%, your branch manager is not having powers to sanction any retail lending loan. I will tell you one example. For example, your branch wants to sanction one vehicle loan. Okay. In that vehicle loan segment, already your branch has sanctioned some 10 housing loans. Imagine that 10 housing loans consists of 1 crore. Just imagine 1 crore. Your branch NPA should not be more than 5% of that 1 crore. 1 crore ka 5% is 5 lakhs. Then we will see what is the NPA figure of your branch. If your branch NPA figure is 5 lakhs or less, your branch can sanction. For example, out of that 1 crore, already 10 lakhs is NPA in your branch. Some vehicle loan became NPA. Then your branch is not having any powers. That is called NPA level of more than 5%. If NPA level is more than 5%, branch is not having powers to sanction any loan, especially retail lending, not for MSME and all. Okay, only retail lending. Next, eligibility rating sheet. Always when we are sanctioning any retail lending loan, there is a rating sheet. These rating sheets are given in HO Circular 142/2020. In that, there are some marks we will give. In that marks, they should get some desired score. If they get the desired score, then only we can sanction. This also restricting delegation of powers. And I told you, RAH linked branches, also delegation of power is there. For example, your branch is a rural branch, or you are not in a city, or in your place RAH is not there, then accordingly as per your power you can sanction. But whenever your branch is available linked with RAH, your power sometimes, for example, housing loan, branch cannot sanction irrespective of the loan. Even though branch manager is having 10 lakhs, if your branch is linked to RAH, you cannot sanction. You have to send it to RAH only. Now vehicle loan, recently bank gave guidelines, vehicle loan cannot be sanctioned by any branch wherever branch is connected to RAH. They have to send it to RAH only, irrespective. Even 1 lakh vehicle loan branch cannot sanction if it is connected to RAH. Okay. If your branch is not connected to RAH, yes, you can do it, no problem. Okay. Education loans up to 7.5 lakhs branches can sanction, even though it is connected to RAH, but above 7.5 lakhs branch has to send it to RAH only. Okay. These are the delegation of powers. Branch cannot sanction. That is the reason they are calling. Okay. NPA norms, I already told you, circulars quoted only. Now, rate of interest. Anybody is having power to give some concession in rate of interest? Yes. CGM, GM, HO, CAC, CGM, Circle Office, CGM or GM, Head Office, CAC having powers. How much reduction they can permit? See, for example, one housing loan you are sanctioning or some car loan. Party is telling, sir, I'm a very good party. Please reduce my rate of interest. You can forward this rate of interest, reduction of rate of interest proposal to CGM, GM, HO. How much he can reduce? He can reduce maximum 1.5%. But even though he can reduce maximum 1.5%, but that rate of interest should not fall below RLLR plus 2%. For example, your loan you are charging RLLR plus 5%. 5 minus 0.5, RLR plus 3.5, right? So what is the cutoff is RLR plus 2. Yes, he can permit, no problem. For example, your loan sanctioning itself is RLR plus 3%, RLR plus 3. Now, if he reduces 1.5, it will become how much? RLR plus 1.5. He cannot permit. He can permit RLR up to 2 only. In this case, CGM will permit only 1%. From 3, he will reduce 1 and he will tell you, I can give up to RLR plus 2 only. Take it RLR plus 2. Okay. This is how we have to understand these both terminologies. Okay. So CGM maximum 1.5 you can reduce, but interest cannot be below RLR plus 2. When it goes to EDCAC, maximum 2% you can reduce, but rate of interest should not fall below RLLR plus 1.5%. But CAC of the board can permit any up to any concession they can permit and fall, but not falling below RLR. Any loan in bank we cannot sanction below RLLR. There are very few loans we can sanction below RLR. One is our staff loans where we are getting it 6%, 8%. Staff are exempted for less than RLR. And one more loan, DIR generally. DIR we sanction at 4%. That is also below RLLR. What is the RLLR present? Presently, RLR stands at 6.9%. This is circular. RLR 6.9% presently rate of interest they are charging. Okay. Employees of our bank are not eligible for any retail lending loan. As an employee, whether you can take retail lending, yes, you can take, but all accounts are not eligible. But you can take under retail lending. RBI Housing Finance you can take, Canara Site you can take, Canara Mortgage you can take, Canara Home Loan Secure. Only these 4 loans are permitted to employees under retail lending segment. Okay. Now I am coming to schemes. These are the new schemes. I am not discussing all the schemes. Very important scheme which recently bank issued circulars only we are discussing. This slide, one question we have received. Rainwater harvesting unit. Only you have to remember for examination point, product code 618 first. And for this, what type of loan we give? For any individual, for constructing house or making modification of existing house, we can give this rainwater harvesting scheme. Only thing is how much we can give. 75% of estimated cost. Whatever estimation he brought for repairs. For example, he brought some 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs I want repair. 75%. Maximum you can give 7.5 lakhs. Like that you have to see. Number one. Now, how much we can amount they have asked 75% of estimated cost based on repairs and all up to 1500 square feet. If your house is there, 57,700 we can sanction. Very peculiar amount. Only we can buy heart. 1500 to 2400, 73,000. This question came in the examination in the month of December. Last month, this question has come. They have not given, they have given under Rainwater harvesting scheme, 75% of estimated cost for a plot size of more than dash square feet up to 2,400 square feet, dash is the loan amount. So we have to fill 1500 and we have to fill 73,000 also. This is the question we got. So you have to remember these amounts before going to the examination hall. If plot size is 2,400 to 5,000, loan amount is 82,000. If the plot size is more than 50,000, the maximum loan amount you can sanction is 1,85,000. What is the EMI? Once you sanction the loan, how much, with how many period, within how much period party has to pay back the loan? 60 EMI. Only 5 years we can give repayment to the party. This is one product. This is harvesting. You have to remember product code and you have to remember all these figures and repayment. You're lucky they ask repayment, otherwise they may ask anywhere here. Okay. Now second loan. Canara Kutir Housing Loan Scheme. This Canara Kutir Housing Loan we will give to any rural, urban, metro areas. Anybody we can sanction, no problem. But only we give for SHG people. Okay. Only for SHG we can sanction, and we can sanction for cost of land, construction, solar lighting. If he wants in his house, we can give it. Even Astra smokeless chula, he want to chula that smoking that will pick up. Na? So those things, anything we can sanction, no problem. But examination point of view, you have to remember is Canara Kutir loan. If the income of the borrower is 1 lakh, the maximum loan you can sanction is 5 lakhs. 1 lakh into 5 times 5 lakh. This question came for one in the scale 1 people, and this question came to scale 2 people. Above 1 lakh up to 3 lakhs, what is the loan amount you can sanction? Maximum 10 lakhs. These are very important slide. Up to 1 lakh, 5 lakhs we can sanction under this Canara Housing Loan Kutir scheme, and 1 lakh to 3 lakhs, the loan amount we can sanction is 10 lakhs. Okay. Repayment for housing loan, you need not remember. Any housing loan comes, repayment is maximum 30 years of your age, 30 years, or repayment will be 30 years, but your age should not be more than 75 years. For example, my age is, for example, 45 years, 50 years. For example, just imagine. Now, I'm not 50. If I'm 50 years age, 30 years we can give repayment. Where I'm reaching 50 plus 30, 80. But you cannot give the 80 because up to 75 years of age only you can sanction. That means 50 minus 75, 25 years. So you can give me repayment maximum up to 25 years only, because age restriction is there. Maximum you can give 30, but it should not cross 75 years of my age. That point you have to remember. All housing loans, any housing loan, not only this Kutir, general housing loan, every housing loan, same repayment period. So you need not remember for all other schemes if you remember this. Okay. Next, for this particular Canara Kutir loan, NTH is 40%. Okay. But if you are sanctioning loans under this particular scheme in urban areas, there is a guarantee scheme given by National Housing Board. The name is Canara Credit Risk Guarantee Fund Scheme for low income housing. Okay. This is called CRGFS. This is one guarantee they are covering for this particular loan. Okay. This is with regard to Canara Kutir housing loan. How to remember is 1 lakh up to 5 lakhs we can, if income is 1 lakh up to 5 lakhs we can sanction. That means 5 times. Okay. And if it is 1 lakh to 3 lakhs, we can sanction maximum 10 lakhs. Now coming to one more scheme called Canara Home Loan Super Gain Scheme. This is also a new scheme bank introduced. So minimum loan is 20 lakhs, not maximum, sorry. Minimum loan is 20 lakhs, maximum no upper limit. Repayment you see, same, not exceeding 30 years and 75 years of age. We need not remember again, if you remember that. Okay. But Canara Super Gain, minimum 20 lakhs. The main advantage of this scheme is, see, party will have, these housing loan will be linked with CASA account, savings account, any account they will link. What happens is, for example, party in his savings account, he kept 10 lakhs deposit. Already savings account 10 lakhs balance is there. Now party has taken 20 lakhs housing loan. What happens is, his housing loan 20 lakhs will be linked to his savings account. Now, when rate of interest charging part has come in the month end, what system will do? Out of this 20 lakhs liability in housing loan, 10 lakhs he is having savings account balance. So 10 lakhs system will not charge any rate of interest, and remaining 10 lakhs only system will charge housing loan rate of interest. This is the best of this particular scheme. That much only you have to remember. Okay. Minimum 20 lakhs you have to remember under this scheme, and it is linked to SB. For rate of interest, whatever balance party is having, for that extent, system will not charge any rate of interest. Repayment, I told you, you need not remember. It is 30 years, maximum 75 years of age. These are the features only, just now I told you. Now, whenever you are sanctioning any particular retail lending loan, there are two type of rating sheet. I told you 142/20. Every loan will have separate rating sheet. Bank has recently dispensed two rating sheets. One is Swarna loan, that gold loan what we are giving, that rating sheet dispensed, and Canara pension also they have dispensed. That means we need not do any risk rating, any rating sheet we need not do for these two particular loans, Swarna loan and Canara pension. Okay. Next, documentation charges with regard to retail lending. Generally, any loan we sanction, we charge documentation charges. Bank says documentation charges are applicable for home improvement loan, Canara rent, Canara site, Canara mortgage, Canara Jeevan, Canara. All are retail lending schemes. You see, housing loan is not there. So you are not charging. Documentation charges how much? 100 rupees per lakh, minimum 1000, maximum 25,000. This is the retail lending. Any retail lending loan. This is the charges you have to collect for documentation. Inspection charges, how much we have to collect for retail lending. If you are sanctioning loan up to 10 lakhs, 200 per borrower, maximum 600 per year. You are doing 2-3 inspections. Per visit you take 200, but maximum 600 only we can collect. Okay. Next, loan is about 10 lakhs. About 10 lakhs loan means you have to collect 300 per borrower per inspection. That's all. Okay. No maximum ceiling they have given. Okay. Here there is a ceiling they have given, maximum 600 up to 10 lakhs loans only. Okay. This is with regard to documentation charges and inspection charges. If you could able to remember, you remember. Otherwise, you can leave it. No problem. Most of the time, documentation charges, they never ask in the examination. Now coming to one more loan called Canara Pension. Before talking on the subject of Canara Pension, you must understand who is what type of pensioners we see. See, we see normally any person retired after 60 years of age, generally they will get pension. That will be a normal pension. If that person is expired and his wife, or if he's a lady is an employee, his husband, spouse, we can say spouse. If spouse comes, it will be called as family pension. If a person worked in defense and he got retired, he will call as defense pensioner. Second person. Third, our own employees who will got retired from the bank and they will have pension and they will called employers drawing pension. So pensions are minimum three types. Are minimum normal pensioner will come to you, any employee, or your employee who has retired also will come. He is also pensioner, and defense pensioner. Okay, these three type of pensioners we see. Now, what is the eligibility? See, pensioner for any purpose he can take loan from us, no problem. For medical, personal needs he can take, no problem. And pensioner maybe from central government, maybe from state government, maybe a PSU retired, maybe a defense, everybody we can give. Margin nil, no margin we take. But always, because he's 60 years and above age, we always go for co-obligation. Co-obligation means one more co-borrower we take. And that too, when we are giving to a person, always we ask him to give wife as a co-obligation. When we are giving to husband, we sir, you bring your wife as a co-obligant. If wife is not there or there is an issue, we can take any other person from family. His son also we can take, no problem. Okay. Next, maximum repayment if it all taking E and NTH is 40% of gross salary. Okay. And rating sheet is not required. Just now I told you two loans, rating sheet discounted. One is Canara Pension, another is Swarna loan, gold loan. This is the chart where it shows how much you can sanction to one pensioner. IT general pensioners, I told you, na, one is defense pensioner, another is family pensioners. If any of these pensioner expired, his dependent will come, wife will come, then call it as family pensioner. So how much we can sanction? You see, the maximum pension we can give is always 10 lakhs. You see 10 lakhs here, 10 lakhs here, and here family pensioners, we can give maximum 5 lakhs only. We cannot sanction 10 lakhs. Okay. And repayment, they have given different periods. We need not remember, but we remember minimum one thing, that pensioner means we can give 10 lakhs loan, but their family pensioner maximum we can give 5 lakhs. If you are able to remember, you remember this chart. Discussion of this chart with you is not much required. So I'm giving this PPT to you. You can read it. Okay. Now employees pension. When our own employee comes to our bank for having pension, how much? Same pension, 10 lakhs we can give. 20 months pension, whatever pension he is drawing latest last month pension, whatever he drawn out of that, 20 times of that pension with maximum 10 lakhs we can give. And NTH he has to maintain 25%. For a normal pensioner, they told 40%. For our employees, if they are taking pension, bank says 25% is enough for NTH. This is one important point you have to remember. And one more thing, not only our bank gives pension to them, if any IBA group, now we are having some IBA group, na, because we are working for bank is paying as per IBA scheme. For us, whatever 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs insurance we are having, bank is paying premium. We need not worry. But when it comes to retired employee, bank is not paying. When bank is not paying, they have to bear from their own pocket. For that purpose, bank will give 90,000 loan. But at any cost, 20 months pension, maximum 10 and 90,000. Everything, if you include also, maximum you can sanction 10 lakhs only. So employee medical purpose, if examination they ask, maximum 20,000, 90,000 we can sanction. Normal, if they ask 20 months pension, maximum 10 lakh we can sanction. This is what you have to remember. Coming to repayment, these are the latest circulars. We have to remember, no choice. If your age of the borrower is below 65, that pensioner, we can give 72 EMI. That means 6 years. If the borrower, the pensioner age is above 60, then we give only 60 EMI. This is with regard to repayment connected to age. Okay, less than 65, 6 years. More than 65, only 5 years. Okay, 1 year difference is they have given. Okay. In case of loan to family pensioner, what is a family pensioner? That means pensioner is expired, spouse came and taking loan. That time you cannot take spouse as a co-obligant. That time they are telling, take third party guarantee, somebody's guarantee you take, or co-obligation, good for the amount. Anybody's co-obligation you take, because now single, now husband is expired, wife is alone pensioner. He is a family pensioner. So we cannot take guarantee of the partner. So we have a relaxation that any guarantee we can take. Okay. Now coming to housing loan, pension scheme is over, housing loan. So housing loan, there are so many schemes are available. One by one we will see. This is a main housing loan. Generally, when we give for housing loan, how to see? See, when we are giving housing loan, please remember, if the house what we are financing is more than 20 years old, bahut purana ghar, 20 years old. Please remember, chief manager level, scale 4 and above, DM level person has to visit and satisfy. Then only we can sanction. Okay. This question was asked. Above 40 years age, house, that house flat what you are purchasing, it is more than 40 years, bahut purana ghar. Then circle office, CO head, CAC and above has to visit. Okay. Only the sanction has to permitted by CO head, CAC. Okay. This is 40 years and above house. Okay. 20 years, scale 4. 40 years, CO head, CAC only can sanction loan. Okay. This is the important point with regard to age of that particular house. Now coming to eligibility. If somebody comes for housing loan, what is the eligibility? If it is a salaried employee like us, 2 years confirmed employee. Okay. He should be a 2 years confirmed employee. But next authority circle can waive that permission up to 1 year. Next higher authority, not circle office. If your branch is sanctioning, you can take permission from RO up to 1 year. Okay. Salaried, minimum 2 years service is required confirmed. 1 year also we can do, but we have to take permission from next higher authority. Coming to businessman, for a businessman, he should be in the business for minimum 3 years. But again, relaxation is permitted. Up to 1 year can be permitted. Again, if your branch is sanctioning, your RO head can permit or RAH head can permit. Okay, this is with regard to service condition, eligibility service condition for housing loan purpose. Coming to quantum, how much we can sanction under housing loan? Please remember, respective sanctioning authority means who is having power to sanction housing loan. He can sanction 6 years annual income. For example, last year income is 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs into 6, 60 lakhs we can sanction. Okay. This is 6 years annual income by respect to sanctioning authority. Party says, no, sir, 6 years is not sufficient to me. Please give me 7 years annual income. Yes, can be permitted, but only condition is respect to sanctioning authority cannot sanction. RAH head has to sanction, RO at CAC. Up to their delegated powers, RAH can sanction. Okay. Branch manager cannot sanction. Okay. But two conditions they told. If you want to sanction 7 years, that customer should be low risk and normal risk. Again, that CIC guidelines came here. See, good score, you should have CIBIL score. Then only low risk, normal risk will get. Low risk, and if it's a moderate risk customer, even ROI cannot sanction 7 times. Okay, this is important point. And then NTH, minimum that party should have 25% NTH or 20,000, whichever is higher after meeting the existing and proposed loan of EMI. NTH means net take home. That's what we are also having in our salary. Okay. After salary, whatever you are getting, after that, again, this loan amount also you have to deduct, and you have to see 25% is receiving or not after your deduction, and the minimum 20,000 it should have. Okay, then only we can sanction. 7 years RO head can sanction. Only thing is low and normal risk and 25% NTH or 20,000. Coming to 8 times annual income, party told no, 7 times also not sufficient, sir. I want more. We can go for 8 times also, but 8 times can be sanctioned by only circle head CAC. And please remember, even circle head CAC want to sanction, bank says that account should CIC score should be very good. Then only circle head can sanction 8 times. First is low risk, and second point is whatever property he is purchasing. If you want 8 times, the property should be available, whatever he is purchasing in metro and urban only. If he is purchasing a property in rural area, 8 times he want, circle head cannot sanction. So that property should be in metro and urban only. And NTH part, what is the NTH? How much NTH circle head can sanction? 30% or maximum 20,000, whichever is higher. These 3 conditions are complied, then only circle head can permit 8 times annual income. You need not remember all the obligations. Minimum you have to remember 6 times by a sanctioning authority, 7 times by RO, and 8 times by circle head. If at all they ask this, all these combinations, then we have to remember this. Okay. Agriculture income, if party says, sir, my income, generally salary only we take. For you, if you come to housing loan, we take salary. But if you say, sir, I have agriculture income, my father has given some agriculture land, I have agriculture income. Yes. For both salaried and non-salaried, if they are bringing any agriculture income proof with land records, it should be in your name, na, land, then only you are doing agriculture. So those income can also be added. And one more important point, whenever you are giving sanctioning any housing loan in our bank, the minimum that house life, residual life should be minimum 10 years. Otherwise you cannot sanction. That means now you want to sanction a housing loan. Maybe it is a 30 years old. From here, minimum 10 years life should be available. Then only you can sanction. This is what this point is telling. Security, the residual life of the building should be at least 10 years, more than the repayment period end date. Not from here 10 years. For example, you are giving repayment of 10 years from today, 10 years. So 15 years, just imagine. After 15 years, from there it should have 10 years life. That means 25 years, if life is there, then only you can permit 15 years. This is what they are telling. It's a very important point for examination. Residual life should be 10 years. Okay. Next, what is the margin for housing loan? If you are sanctioning 30 lakhs housing loan, margin is 10%. If your loan is sanctioning 30 to 75 lakhs, margin is only 20%. If you are sanctioning above 75 lakhs, margin is 25%. But in case of old house, this is up to 10 years only. If you are sanctioning loans more than 10 years old, flat margin 25%. Okay. Otherwise, up to 30 lakhs 10%, 30 to 75 20%, 75 lakhs is 20 25 like this seriatim. Okay. Where we can do insurance for this particular retail lending. If it is a housing loan, if you are sanctioning or any loan, always we have to take insurance from our third party people. Like, who are all third party for Canara Bank, New India Assurance, Tata AIG, Bajaj Allianz. These 3 are the companies we have a tie-up. But Unihome K policy, United India policy is there. This is East Indians they are having. After amalgamation, this company also doing insurance for us. Out of these 4 companies, we are dealing. Okay, if the examiner may ask you, what are the insurance companies now presently Canara Bank is dealing? All these 4 companies. Okay. Now, life insurance, if at all you want to cover for a housing loan, life insurance means what happens is this Canara HSBC, you know pretty well, na? Canara HSBC is there, Bajaj Allianz is there, even LIC of India also covers. What happens is, if this insurance is covered, if anything happens to that particular borrower during his lifetime, entire loan will be repaid by this company. So they need not pay anything. Further, they have to pay a premium for them. Okay. This life insurance cover is covered by Canara HSBC also, Bajaj Allianz also, LIC also. Okay. Now, age relaxation. When you are sanctioning housing loan, the first is, if loan of the borrower is less than 60 years and repayment is 75 years. In our case, generally when we are working in bank, we will be always less than 60 years. And the maximum repayment 75 years of age only for us also. If a proposal comes from a customer like this, respect to sanctioning authority can do it, no problem. less than 60 years age will be there, and repayment maximum 15 years. Okay. Now some borrower will come, sir, my age is above 60, sir, whether you will not sanction 20 years if age is there, and repayment is within 75 years, even though his age is 60 to 70. 60 to 70 means retired already. Okay. 60 to 70 his age is, and repayment he says no problem, within 5 years I will pay back the money. If he is having sufficient income, then RO head can sanction. Okay. But RO head can sanction subject to some conditions. When RO head can sanction, when the age is more than 60, first RO heads will say he will sanction with legal heir only, jointly with legal heir. Individually he will not allow, because his age is more. He will say, sir, bring your wife or your son as a legal heir in this particular loan. And NTH, what they say is 40% NTH should be available, and 10,000 is the minimum amount. Okay. It can be relaxed by RO head up to 25% and 10,000. These things, if you remember, it's very good. If you're unable to remember these minimum. 60 to 75 respect to sanctioning authority can sanction. 60 to 70 age, but repayment up to 75 years RO head. Other than this, if party is going for more than 70 years age, or if he wants repayment more than 75 years, everything can be sanctioned by circle office only. Next slide. If entry age is 70 and exit age beyond 75 years, okay, up to 70 and exit age beyond, he wants repayment more than 75, 80 years he want, 85 years he want, in that case, and beyond 70 years age, up to 70, beyond 70, now age already 71 years, and exit beyond 75, that means he wants 80 years repayment. Sir, if 75 already is 70, beyond 70, if you are giving 70, only 5 years he will get repayment. So he will ask, sir, within 5 years I cannot pay, please give me up to 80 years. Then beyond 75 years you are giving. In these two cases, only circle head COC can only permit, not even RO can sanction. These are very exceptional cases. Okay. Even though circle head wants to sanction this type of proposal, he will also say account should be that party, whoever borrower has come, that old man, he should have that legal heir jointly has to come. Okay. If non-existence of legal heir, if expired, then close relatives also we can take, no problem. Okay. And sanctioning authority to ensure adequate repayment capacity of the legal heirs of the close relatives, that the circle head will see whether, if anything happens to this borrower, whether legal heir can pay entire installment or not. That also he will see. And minimum NTH is for this type of loan, aged people, 40% or 20,000, whichever is higher. And for relaxation, 25% up to 20,000 can be permitted by circle head. This is with regard to age relaxation in housing loan. Now, repayment holiday. Repayment holiday means party will not make any payment till this period. For example, you have taken a housing loan. You have just now you have taken the delivery of that particular house. Your land, your owner or constructor or builder has given to you. 2 months you need not pay anything. Okay, that means 2 months from date of disbursement you will have for ready built house. Today you have registered in your name. 2 months you can take relaxation in a repayment holiday. You need not pay for 2 months. That is called repayment holiday. If it is a ready built house, everything is ready, just you are purchasing a house, maximum 2 months. You cannot go beyond that for holiday. After 2 months, party has to start the installments. Okay. But if construction of house is involved, he is doing construction, then also after completion 2 months anyway he will get. But for construction purpose, 24 months you can give, 2 years you can give for construction of house. But please remember, if at all he wants more than 24 months, yes, can be permitted, but only circle head can permit another 12 months. For construction of house, maximum 24 months only. If at all he wants more, circle head can permit another 12 months repayment holiday. Total 36 months he can take. But after completion, again he will have 2 months. If it is completed, after that 2 months again he will have. If it is a flat apartment you are purchasing, again same. 2 months after completion of construction. After completion of construction, always 2 months will be given. But for construction purpose, maximum for flat we can give 36 months. House 24 months, flat 36 months. But flat also after 36 months, if at all borrower wants one more 12 months, that means up to 48 months can be permitted, but only GMHO can permit. Okay. This is with regard to repayment holidays in housing loan. Okay. Transfer of EMT, timeline for completion of EMT. If house is already you have taken, you have given a housing loan, within how much period you have to complete your EMT? That is, they told is, if it is a purchase of site and construction thereof, maximum period is 6 months. Okay. If you are purchasing a site and constructing, maximum 6 months you can permit. Okay. But if it is a flat under construction, apartment you have taken, it is under construction. Okay. Then maximum extension period you can permit up to 6 months only. Okay. Otherwise, if they are not doing within this period, you have to penalize the party with 2% extra rate of interest. After the expiry of 6 months, 6 months you are permitted. After that also he is not doing EMT, then you have to charge 2% extra for him. Okay. Now, in housing loans, risk weights are permitted. For housing loan, if you are taking, what is the risk weight? If it is LTV ratio is less than 80%, then risk weight is 35. Okay. If it is 80% to 90%, risk weight is 50. And standard asset provisioning, because all are standard assets only, standard assets also we have to give provisioning, that is 0.25%. If I tell LTV and all, it will take time, just by heart. If it is less than 80%, 35 is risk weight, 80 to 90%, 50 is the risk weight, and standard provision is 0.25% in all cases for housing loan. Okay. Housing loan is over. Now I came to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. This is a scheme. Yesterday also government told it is enhanced up to 31st March 2022. That means they want to give subsidy. Okay. This is a subsidized housing loan we can call. Okay. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, it will continue till 2022. First important point. Okay. And age of the beneficiary in housing loan, above 18 years we can sanction, no problem. But here they told 21 years the minimum age, and maximum up to 60 years only we can sanction Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. However, if the age of the family head is more than 55 years, legal head to join the loan. Okay. This is with regard to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Okay. In case of borrower has sufficient income, even after attaining 60 years of age, he has completed 60, up to 60 only year told. But if party has come with 61 years, but he is having sufficient income, sanctioning authority can take a call. Okay, they can sanction. Same housing loan also, I told you 6 times you can sanction, 7 times RO head, 8 times circle head, I told you, with some conditions. Here also Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana also 6 times we can sanction, that's all. Okay, 6 times we can sanction. But if it is a salaried employee, latest salary we take, with that we will go for 6 years. If he is a businessman, we take business return of latest, and with that 6 times business income we will see. 1 year annual income only can be provided for a businessman, but for a salaried person, every month salary slip he can give. So last month salary slip we will take, 6 years means 72 months. Last year gross salary is 50,000, 50,000 into 72 months. Okay, like that we can do it for salaried employee. But if he's a businessman, we don't know what is the last month income. Total 1 year income only they will give an IT return. Latest IT return you take, for example, 5 lakhs is IT return. 5 lakhs into 6 times, 30 lakhs we can sanction, maximum loan amount. This is how we have to arrive loan for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Maximum number of loan disbursements. Generally, when we are sanctioning any housing loan, after sanctioning, we will disburse for plinth, for pillars, all these things. We will disburse in stage wise. After some, for example, 10 lakhs we have sanctioned, we will give 2 lakhs. You will tell them, sir, with 2 lakhs, first you start constructing. After 2 lakhs, you will, sir, beam tak kaam ho gaya. Then again, we will visit, we will satisfy. Again, we will give some more 2 lakhs or 1 lakh, whatever it may be, based on the requirement. Like that, we will give maximum number of disbursements. As per Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, latest circular says, maximum 9 number of disbursements we can give. Because Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, why we have to follow the guidelines of NHB is they are giving subsidy. Government is giving subsidy for these loans. That's why we have to follow the guidelines. Now, in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme, there are 4 type of borrowers they sanction. One is EWS, another is LIG, and third one is MIG1, and fourth one is MIG2. EWS means economical weaker section people, very low income people. LIG, low income group people. MIG, middle income group people. MIG1, MIG2. Now, Based on the income of the household income, we will classify the borrower as EWS or LIG, whatever it may be. Now you see, EWS means up to 3 lakhs is income, their family income, then we call it as EWS. 3 to 6 lakhs, LIG we call, low income group people. 6 to 12 lakhs, we call it as MIG1. 12 lakhs to 18 lakhs, we call it as MIG2. This, they may ask what income, in what name we call him. Okay, this you have to remember. What is the margin? For housing loan, I told you up to 30 lakhs, 10% only. But here they say 30 to 75 lakhs, 20% margin we have to collect. Okay. But in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, old house margins are different, up to 10 years old and more than 10 years. This is a new house. New house means these margins. If it is a 10 years old, you have to take 20% margin. If it is more than 10 years old, your borrower is purchasing, 25% margin we have to maintain in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme. Now, how much subsidy we will get? Even when you are employee of Canara Bank, you can also avail this. But only thing is, instead of subsidy, if you are taking housing loan from bank, we will get more disadvantage. That is the reason we generally don't go for this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Only first house only they will permit. If you already taken one house, they will not permit. Okay. What is the income? Already I told you, annual house, EWS 3 to 6, 6 to 12 divided. Again, it's a repetition. Maximum repayment for housing loan, what I told you, 30 years they can permit. But Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, only 20 years. First point, repayment. Now, housing loan, when you are sanctioning to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme, for to how much amount of loan amount we can give subsidy, subsidy party will get. For EWS, up to 6 lakh subsidy they will get. For LIG also up to, both are same. EWS and LIG up to 6 lakhs loan. See, for example, party has availed 10 lakhs under loan, but he will get subsidy up to 6 lakhs only. Okay. In MIG1, up to 9 lakhs we give subsidy, and MIG2 we can sanction up to 12 lakhs subsidy we can give. Now, one more thing, carpet area. When you are sanctioning loan under this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, if you are sanctioning under EWS, the maximum carpet area of the house should not be more than 30 square meter. If it is a LIG, 60 square meter. If it is a MIG1, 160 square meter. If it is a MIG2, 200 square meter. You have to remember these square meters. By heart these square meters. This is very, very important. Okay. Now, interest subsidy, how much in percentage? In EWS, they get 6.5 up to 6 lakhs. LIG up to 6 lakhs, they get 6.5%. But MIG1, they get up to only 4% only subsidy. But MIG2, they will get 3% interest subsidy. This is with regard to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. And what in the amount, if you want, what is the maximum amount they will get? See, EWS LIG, because up to 6 lakhs, they get 6.5%. The maximum subsidy they will get is 2.67 lakhs. MIG1, 4% only they will get, right? 4% on 9 lakhs, 2.35 lakhs they will get subsidy. If it is a MIG2, 3% subsidy they will get, right? But up to 12 lakhs only they will get, and the maximum subsidy will be 2.30 lakhs. This is with regard to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme. You have to remember square meters, 30, 60, 160, 200. EWS, LIG, MIG, 1, 2. And income also 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 8. Repayment maximum we can permit up to only 20 lakhs. If at all subsidy to be given, maximum EWS 6 lakhs only, they will go up to 6 lakhs only. LIG also 6 lakhs, no problem. MIG 9, MIG is 12 lakhs, MIG 2. Okay. This is with regard to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. There is a scheme called Yuva Awas Rin scheme. For younger people, we used to give this scheme. Now this scheme is discontinued. Okay. There is no scheme for that. Now Home Loan Plus. Home Loan Plus is such a scheme that already party is having a housing loan with you. A top-up loan. We can, private banks also will give like this. We also give like a top-up loan. Housing loan is regular. Everything is promptly paying. We can give some loan to the party. This is called Home Loan Plus. Home Loan Plus, two important points you have to remember. The age of the borrower should be minimum 18 to 70 years. Then only we can sanction this Home Loan Plus. Okay. And account should run comfortably, satisfactorily, that housing loan. Then only we can give. But please remember, Home Loan Plus, if you want to sanction overdraft, 0.5% extra rate of interest you have to charge. Okay. Otherwise, whatever charge you are giving for home loan, same rate of interest we will charge for Home Loan Plus also. But only thing, if you are giving overdraft, 0.5% extra. Now Canara Mortgage. I told you what is meant by Canara Mortgage already. Some mortgage we will take, and based on that we sanction loan. Okay, based on the salary we will repay the loan, but we will take the property house of the borrower and we can sanction. This is called, any problem? Okay, Canara Mortgage. Canara Mortgage, please remember, if party is bringing 1 crore security, we can sanction only 50 lakhs. That means 50% margin straight away. Once we done the value of the property, the house property is 1 crore. We can give only 50 lakhs. That means 50% is the margin straight away. Okay. Eligibility. Even employees of our bank, other banks are also eligible. We can also take Canara Mortgage. Okay. Minimum age 18 years. I told you margin is 50%. That means 200% of the loan amount. If loan amount is 100 rupees, security should be 200. Okay. So it is reverse also. We can take this margin. Okay. Even we can sanction for proprietorship, partnership, anybody are eligible and we can sanction. Please remember, we can sanction this Canara Mortgage loan against open plot also, vacant site also we can sanction, but only one condition, that vacant site should be demarcated with boundaries, everything, border, that wall and all, it should be available. And one more thing, that land should might have been given by government authorities like Huda, Hyderabad Urban Development Authority, DDA, Delhi Development Authority, LDA, maybe Ludhiana Development Authority. These are the government bodies. If they allot site, that site only we can sanction. Normal vacant site, we cannot give Canara Mortgage. Generally, Canara Mortgage means land and building only we can take, but land also permitted in exceptional cases only when they are given by these agencies. But please remember, whenever you are giving Canara Mortgage loan, party says, sir, my school is there, land and building, take sir. My college, my hospital. Please remember, when it is a school, college, education, hospital, we should not take that property. The logic behind not taking the property is, see, if you are taking a school, just imagine that loan became bad. Can you go and tell the party, sir, please vacate the school, we want to sell it off? Because it is the people are studying there, children are studying, so bank image will be in trouble. So that is the reason we should not take any security in the form of schools, colleges, hospitals. Okay, very important. Please remember, any loan when you are giving, don't take collateral, discourage taking collateral securities which is in the form of school, college, education, because our image will unnecessarily spoil. Okay, next, if you are taking agriculture properties, agriculture lands also we cannot take under this Canara Mortgage loan. Net take home. If you are calculating net take home for Canara Mortgage loans, please remember, whatever income party is getting regularly, those things you can take in, but one time, like arrears you got one time, that income I cannot add. Okay, if every month you are getting salary, those things only I can add. Okay. Repayment, maximum Canara Mortgage repayment is 120 months. That means 10 years we can give. Okay. And please remember, E-Syndicate Bank already given loans under this OD scheme. Canara Mortgage also, in Syndicate Bank, there is a scheme for OD. Now bank told that scheme is discontinued, but already people who are enjoying, they have to reduce every year 10%. For example, already having 5 lakhs, 50,000 like that every month they have to pay back and loan should be closed. Canara Site. For purchase of site also, we can give loan, that is called Canara Site. Please remember, whom we can purchase, not normal sites, only plots given by government authorities, DDA, Huda, then only. Even first hand sale also you can take. If somebody already purchased it from Huda, if he is selling second hand, that also you can take, no problem. Okay. Further, these plots in colonies should be approved by government authorities along with approved maps and RERA approved projects. Then only we can give site. Canara Site means we are giving loan for purchasing of site. Generally, we don't give loan for purchasing of site. If at all he is purchasing the site, immediately within 18 months, he has to construct the house. Okay. If you are purchasing on vacant plots from government authorities, margin is 30%. Other vacant site, it is 50%. Canara Budget, you know, this is a personal loan scheme. Rating sheet discard, I already told you, Canara Budget. This Canara Budget is different from normal personal loan we are sanctioning to anybody who is maintaining salary with you. This Canara Budget loan is for top executives. See, when you go to state government offices, secretariat, joint secretariat, in state government offices, some top executives are there. For them only we can sanction this loan. Even they need not maintain salary with us. We can give them no problem. By taking salary slip, we can sanction Canara budget in the form of OD. Just like clean OD, we can give maximum 3 lakhs and repayable once in 2 years. This is a scheme called Canara budget for top executives. This question has come. But out of this also, they told if you are sanctioning for women beneficiaries under this Canara budget, you can give 0.5% concession also. You need not open account, nothing you need not do. If he's an executive in state joint secretary offices, big offices, we can sanction. Okay. Canara budget scheme, if at all you want to waive co-obligation. Co-obligation means generally in personal Canara budget loans, once you are sanctioning, you will ask somebody to join with the borrower. That is called co-obligant. If at all you want to waive, somebody says, so, sorry sir, I don't want to give you co-obligation. Yes, it can be permitted. Only CGM can permit. Circle office, GM or CGM can only permit waiver for co-obligation. If at all he wants to permit, there are some conditions. What are those conditions? That person, whoever is availing loan, he should be a central or state government or PSU employee. Then only you can waive that co-obligation. And salary account should be available with you. Then only you can do it. He should be a confirmed employee. And gross salary minimum 1 lakh he should have, and he is an existing customer having satisfactory track record and terminal benefits to be routed through the bank. When these 5-6 conditions are complied, then only circle executive CGM or GM can waive co-obligation. Otherwise, he cannot waive co-obligation for Canara budget scheme also. Now, this is not important slide. I will move it. Canara vehicle loan. If you are giving vehicle loan, what is the conditions? If you are giving vehicle loan, salaried person, if you are sanctioning, the gross salary of that particular person should be minimum 3 lakhs. If he's a salaried employee. If he is a non-salaried employee, businessman, for him also 3 lakhs. But latest ITR should be 3 lakhs. But please remember, for a businessman, latest ITR should be 3 lakhs, and average ITR of last 3 years return should be 2.5 lakhs. For example, this year 2020 he shown me a IT return of 3.5 lakhs, no problem. But average should be 2.5 lakhs means I will take this year 3.5, 2019 salary I will say 2018, 18, 19, 20. All these 3 years salaries I will add and divided by 3 I will do, and he should get minimum 2.5 lakhs. Then only I can sanction vehicle loan to non-salaried business people. Okay. Now NTH. How much NTH party has to maintain? 25% or 12,000 is for vehicle loan he has to maintain. But it can be reduced to 20% or 12,000 by circle, GM or CGM, CO, CSC. If you are sanctioning vehicle loan to pensioners, if pensioner wants to have a vehicle loan, then NTH should be 50%, very high pensioners. Okay. Repayment for a vehicle loan, repayment is maximum 7 years. If it is a second-hand loan, maximum is 60 months. Margin. If you are sanctioning new vehicle loans, margin is up to 10 lakhs, 10%. 10 to 25 lakhs. This is for central government employees. Central, state government, PSU, good employees, very reputed people. If these employees are coming, margin is less for them. Up to 10 lakhs, 10%. 10 to 25 lakhs, 10%. Above 25 lakhs, it is 20%. Other than these government employees, businessman, anybody is coming, up to 10 lakhs, no problem. 10% only we charge. But 10 to 20 lakhs, 15% margin party has to bring. But about 25 lakhs also same, 20% margin, no issue. And please remember, when you are sanctioning vehicle loan for accessories, you can maximum sanction 25,000 only. This question may come to you. What is the maximum amount we can sanction for accessories for vehicle loan? 25,000. For old vehicle, I have written here details. Margin is 40%. Here is less, na? For old vehicle, it is 40%. And old vehicle, when you are financing second-hand vehicle, that vehicle should not be more than 5 years old. Important point. And for old vehicle, you cannot sanction more than 15 lakhs. For a fresh loan, any amount you can sanction, new car. But old car means maximum 15 lakhs only you can sanction. But now the recent guideline says when you are disbursing for four-wheeler, see dealer is there, Maruti dealer. Maruti dealer says, sir, please give me DD. Sometimes NEFT, sometimes RTGS. Earlier bank told NEFT, RTGS it is not possible. Now bank has given permission, but we have to take some certain precautions. But we can send the proceeds to dealer through NEFT, RTGS demand draft anyway. And please remember, when you are issuing DD, we should not hand over to the borrower. We should go to the showroom and by hand we have to give to the dealer. Okay. Canara vehicle loan to agriculturist. If agriculturist coming for vehicle loan, how much we can, how we have to sanction? Minimum 2 years satisfactory dealings he should have, first point. And that agriculturist should have 5 acres irrigated land or 10 acres dry land. This is very important examination point of view. These things they may not ask. They may ask simple question. If you want to sanction a loan to agriculturist for vehicle loan, what is the minimum land he require? 5 acres irrigated land, 10 acres dry land. Okay. Sometimes allied activities they will do, dairy, poultry, all these things. For them, they told the minimum income should be 4 lakhs per annum. Land holding criteria is not applicable for them. Only they should have income of 4 lakhs. What is the NTH for agriculturist? 40% maximum, minimum 1.5 lakhs. He should have income. Then only we can sanction for Canara vehicle to agriculturist. It can be relaxed to GM by 25% and up to 1 lakh. This is with regard to Canara vehicle loan to agriculturist. Canara vehicle loan delegation. I already told you, if you are sanctioning a loan to two-wheeler, branch manager can sanction up to moderate risk grade, but up to 1.5 lakhs only we can sanction, but he should be a salaried person, I told you. Second one, already one loan you have given vehicle loan. Now second vehicle loan party has come. Yes, can be sanctioned, but next higher authority, RO has to sanction. If first loan is sanctioned by your branch, second loan will be sanctioned by next higher authority, RO. If third also party wants, party is already taken 2 vehicles. Now third he wants, can be sanctioned by circle head. Only circle head can sanction. Okay. Whenever you are sanctioning vehicle loans, generally salary only party will give. Other than that, we can add spouse income. Wife is an employee, for example, doing some work. Wife income we can add, number one. Second, any rental income he is getting. He has so many houses he are having. He is getting rental income. That rental income we can take. Any income he made in some investment, some shares he has invested, some mutual funds, he is getting regular income. Those incomes also can be added. Please remember, subject to he should provide a proof. Then only we can add. Next, I already told you, for a vehicle loan, now only RAH can sanction if your branch is connected to RAH. If your branch is not connected to RAH, yes, branch can sanction. We have a tie-up with Maruti Suzuki India Limited now. They may ask you, now bank has tied up with which company? Recently, we have tied up with Maruti, and because of that, we will be called as preferred financier. Okay. Canara vehicle two-wheeler. The minimum income, actually for a car loan, I told you 3 lakhs income should be there. For a businessman also 3 lakhs, but average should be 2.5 lakhs. But for two-wheeler loan, the minimum salary is 1.75 lakhs and NTH should be 35% and it can be relaxed up to 25% NTH. But businessman comes for a two-wheeler loan, minimum income is 2 lakhs. Okay. Margin, how much we can sanction for two-wheeler? If he is a 85% of loan existing customer, party is already existing customer, last 1 year or somewhere, you can give 85% of the loan. That means 15% margin you can take. But please remember, whenever you are sanctioning two-wheeler loan, not only 85% you see, you always have to see what is the annual net income of the borrower of the previous year. Previous year, what is net income? Out of that, maximum 50% only you can sanction. If this is less, so this amount only you have to disburse, you can sanction to the party. Existing customer, 85% of the on-road price or 50% of last year income. That much only you can sanction. If he is a new customer, 80% of on-road price and again 50% of last year net annual income only we can sanction. If he is a other than salary, this is salaried people. We discussed on salaried people. If he is a other than salaried people, 75% for existing customer and 65% for new customer. If you observe this chart, first 85% is started, then reduced to 5% to new customer, salaried employee. Then again 5% is reduced and gone to other than salaried person. So 85, 80, 75 other than salaried. But if it's other than salaried, if it's a new customer, they have reduced to -10. 65% only we can finance. Automatically margin. You see, if it is 85% here for a new customer, existing customer, new customer is 80, margin is 15, here is 20, same na? 15% for existing customer salaried class and 20%. For margin for non-salaried, if you remember this, you will not remember this. 75% for existing and 65% for new. So 25% will be the margin and 35% will be the margin. 25% for existing customer, 35% for new customer. How much repayment period you can give? Maximum 60 months. If you talk on vehicle loan, it is four-wheeler, it is 84 months. But for two-wheeler, you can sanction only 60 months. Okay. But RC, you have to collect within 7 to 10 days from the borrower. Take over retail loans. If you want to take over any retail loans, always you remember in that bank, the account should be satisfactorily run for minimum period of 1 year. Then only you can transfer the loans. You can take over the loan. Swarna loan. Just I am coming to an end almost. Within 10 minutes, I'm closing the session. Swarna loan, gold loan it is. Okay. When you are sanctioning gold loan, they may ask you what is the minimum amount and maximum loan amount. Swarna gold loan, Swarna Express, three type of loans we give. Swarna loans means normal gold loan, just like agriculture. So repayment will be 12 months. Swarna Express, maximum 6 months, bullet repayment. After 6 months, party has to pay principal, interest, everything. Overdraft, just like clean OD, we will give OD against gold. Tenable for 2 years. Okay. These repayments are different for the Swarna loan, Swarna Express, Swarna overdraft. But loan amount, all the three loans, same. Minimum 5,000, maximum 20 lakhs. If at all he is asking how much loan you can sanction under Swarna, Swarna Express, Swarna overdraft, minimum 5,000, maximum 20 lakhs. These 20 lakhs even applicable for agriculture gold loans also, same 20 lakhs. Okay. So maximum gold loan is 20 lakhs. Now, please remember, whenever you are appraising the gold of that particular party under Swarna loan, 80% of appraised value you have to maintain. And please remember, LTV will be 90%. Loan to value is 90%. I will tell you when agriculture I am discussing topic, I will tell you what is LTV. Okay. But Swarna Express and Swarna overdraft, 85% of gold value only we can give. But LTV is 90%. Please remember, Reserve Bank of India has given a circular stating that LTV can be up to 90%. LTV 90% means margin is only 10%. That's all. This is how we have to understand. And they told because of COVID, they have permitted this LTV ratio up to 90% up to 31st March 2021 only. After 1st April, again LTV will get changed. Okay. This is with regard to Swarna loan. 5,000, 20 lakhs, LTV 90%. These three you have to remember. Okay. Next, whenever you are sanctioning any gold loan, not any gold loan, agriculture, Swarna, anything, you cannot take gold coins, gold bullion, all these things. But as a special case, bank permitted specially minted gold coins. What is meant by specially? Sold by banks. See, Bank of Baroda, Central Bank, if somebody sold some gold coins, those coins will be called as specially minted gold coins. Those gold coins you can accept for financing gold loan, but maximum 50 grams per customer. Remember this, 50 grams only we can take. Okay. Processing charges, we need not remember, just for purpose I have given 0.5% of loan amount, minimum 5,000. Minimum 500 and maximum 5,000 we have to collect for all gold loans. Okay. Documentation inspection charges will be nil for gold loans. Okay. This is not an education loan. Education loan, if any party wants to take any education loan, this maybe you are pretty well aware of education loan. First, they have to process the proposal to Vidya Lakshmi portal, and through Vidya Lakshmi portal also party can apply 3 banks at a time. He can apply 3 banks. Whoever ask him to come, he will go there, he will take the sanction. Period of disposal, once the proposal is education loan is came under Vidya Lakshmi, maximum you have to sanction within 30 days. Please remember, education loan up to 7.5 lakhs branch can sanction. Above 7.5 lakhs RAH will sanction. The maximum powers of RAH is 100 lakhs. Okay. Branch not attached to RAH. Your branch is your rural branch or small branch. Your RAH is not there in your area. Then your branch can sanction education loan as per term loan requirement. term loan, what is the delegation of power? For example, in term loan, your manager is 10 lakhs. Education also, you can do 10 lakhs. Okay. As per a term loan powers only, your branch manager can sanction. Turnaround time, last time we asked this question. If at all a education loan came, within 7 to 10 days, we have to sanction. Within 7 to 10 days. If it is a Vidya Turant, your branch has to sanction within 1 to 2 days. These are the turnaround time. Last time we had asked this question. Turnaround time. Same answer, 7 to 10 days and 1 to 2 days. Okay, remember. Now this is a Vidya Turant loan. Vidya Turant loan means any person, any student got admission in IIM, Indian Institute of Management. People will do MBA there. ISB, Indian School of Banking, Hyderabad and Mohali we have, and IITs, NITs. These are the top reputed colleges in India. Okay. When a person studying in IIT, NIT under Vidya Turant, we can sanction 20 lakhs. If a person doing in IIM pursuing MBA, we can sanction 25 lakhs. If a person pursuing ISB in Hyderabad and Mohali, maximum 40 lakhs. This is very, very important slides. We have to remember the amounts. IIT, IIM, IITs, NITs, 20 lakhs. IIMs, 25 lakhs. Highest is ISB Hyderabad Mohali. Many times he asked a question about ISB Hyderabad and Mohali. What is the maximum loan we can sanction under Vidya Turant? 40 lakhs. Vidya Turant, the advantage of this particular scheme is because they are studying in reputed colleges. It is not easy to get admission on these colleges. Okay. So no margin. Party need not bring any margin. Rate of interest only RLR, no extra interest, no security, even above 7.5 lakhs. Branch can sanction up to 7.5 lakhs. Loan, if the loan is sanctioned, even this loan can be sanctioned to student alone. Student says, sir, my father will not join, I will take a loan. Can be permitted. Only thing is 0.50% rate of interest we will add. Okay. Even co-borrower, his father says, I am out of station. Please give me some time to come and execute the documents as a co-obligant. We can permit 3 months time. Okay. This is with regard to Vidya Turant. Subsidy. There are 3 education loans where the student is studying. He need not pay interest during his course of study plus 1 year. See, any education, see, for example, you might have done BTech. BTech course is 4 years. After 4 years, is there any guarantee that everybody will get job in the campus? Chances are less. So 1 more year also permitted where you can keep job trials and you can settle somewhere. So maximum repayment holiday will be given in any education loan is course period plus 1 year. Please remember, course period plus 1 year. If you have done BTech, it is 4 years course plus 1 year for making trials about your job. So total 5 years. System will charge interest, but government will refund. Okay, this is called subsidy. Okay, this is type of interest subsidy will be given. Now coming to first scheme, Ambedkar Central Sector Scheme for interest subsidy. Only 2 things you have to remember about this scheme. This scheme is applicable for only backward class, OBC and EBC, economically backward and other backward classes. If anybody, if any OBC student going abroad, overseas studies, not for Indian studies, going abroad for overseas studies, total period of loan, whatever he is doing, interest will be subsidized. Okay. So what is the income of the parent should be 8 lakhs. His parental income should not be more than 8 lakhs. Please remember, this is a new criteria. This is important. 8 lakhs. This question was asked in the last exam. What is the interest? What is the parental income to get subsidy under Ambedkar Central Scheme? It is 8 lakhs. Okay. Very important figure. Now second scheme, Padho Pardeshi. You might have heard so many times about this. Padho Pardeshi means minority student, any minority, Sikh, Muslim, Christian, anybody going abroad for pursuing his studies can be permitted. Here the income level is 6 lakhs. Family income should be below 6 lakhs. Then only interest subsidy he will get. OBC 8 lakhs. Padho Pardeshi 6 lakhs. You have to remember, that's all. Okay. Interest subsidy they will get. Now last scheme, CSIS, Central Scheme for Interest Subsidy. This subsidy will be given to everybody, no category. That is OBC and minority. Here anybody can apply. Please remember, Even if you might have taken a house education loan, you can also get this subsidy if you might have, if the bank might have given to you. Okay. But please remember, to claim interest subsidy under this particular CSIS scheme, your interest should be, your loan should be less than 7.5 lakhs. First condition, loan should be less than 7.5 lakhs. Your family income should be less than 4.5 lakhs. Question will come from here only. In CSIS, what is the parental income to claim subsidy? Maximum 4.5 lakhs. Interest will be given up to moratorium period. What is meant by moratorium period? Your course period plus 1 year is called as moratorium period. Okay. Branch should not accept any PDCs. Now recent circular has come. We should not take, only we should execute mandate. Okay. This is a lease rental discounting one scheme has come. This is only given to corporates. 5 crores and above only we can give. Okay. Only 5 crores and above only we can give. And term loan we give in this scheme. And lease rental discounting maximum repayment period is 180 months. This is a corporate housing loan scheme. Minimum amount is 50 lakhs. Please remember, maximum no ceiling. Even I told you savings account, CASA scheme. There also minimum 20 lakhs, maximum no ceiling. Even for corporates also housing loan, if you want to sanction, minimum 50 lakhs, maximum no ceiling, and maximum is 15 years repayment can be permitted. Okay, this is important with regard to this scheme. Last slides. Vehicle dealers. See, vehicle dealers will be with us. Generally, some Maruti dealer is in your area. He is giving so many car proposals to you. So we can give some incentive to them. How much incentive we will give? Dealer, we will give some incentive, and at the same time, the marketing executive also we will give. Marketing executive, we can give 1500, but dealer we give 1.30% of loan amount, maximum 50,000. Earlier, branch used to disburse this incentive. Now it is centralized at RO level. Now only RO can do it. Okay. Canara CGFSL 7.5 lakhs. Any loan, if you are giving education loan up to 7.5 lakhs, and skill loans, vocational course loans, you are giving up to 1.5 lakhs. These two loans can be covered under CGFSEL. Any education loan, if you want to take guarantee, the guarantee company name is CGFSEL, Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Education Loans. Entire premium will be borne by the bank. Party need not pay anything. So up to 7.5 lakhs education loans, you should not take any collateral security, any guarantee, any third party guarantee. Only CGFSL. Vocational courses up to 1.5 lakhs. These two are very important. Now last slide. This is a special window for affordable and middle income. This is 799/20 important circular. They may ask you. Special window for affordable means some projects in between somebody stopped, incomplete projects. These projects can be taken up by in this particular scheme called Swami. Swami means special window for affordable middle income housing. What happens is some project was started, in between it was stopped. So that can be given to SBI Cap Ventures. Then SBI Cap Ventures will complete the project and hand over to the borrower. So for this, the guideline says is affordable middle income means, what does it mean is that house what you are sanctioning is it should not exceed 200 square meters. Then only it comes under this special window for effort. The first point. Second point is the price of the each unit, the loan, the price of each unit should be less than 2 crores in Mumbai Metro, 1.5 crore in NCR, Chennai, Kolkata, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and 1 crore in rest of India. Then only these projects can be given to SBI Cap Venture Limited and they will complete the projects. This is with regard to special window for affordable and middle income housing. I covered all retail lending products and what are the latest circulars connecting to retail lending. Thank you. I have finished the, tomorrow I will cover MSME. See, credit, you people are generally, if you are not putting your hands on it, so definitely it will be a very difficult subject for you because you have never done. If you might have done it, you could able to understand better. But now you have no choice for examination purpose. You have to by heart the things. But I tried my level best to make you comfortable. Now you have to read this particular PPT. I will forward to you. There is a 2 weeks time is there, almost 10 days time is there. Whenever you get time, because deposits you are already comfortable, please every day you see this PPT. Minimum this much you have to cover for retail lending. And we have not given elaboratively, only I covered to the extent of whatever came in from March to December only. I didn't cover all the points, but maximum points I have covered so that you can give best in the examination with regard to retail loan. And scale 2 to 3, retail 10 questions have come. So you know how much importance examiner is giving for retail loan. So you have to go through this. MSME, I think 2-3 questions have come, but retail, they have given 10 questions. So I feel you must give more concentration on retail loans and retail liabilities also, deposits, 197/20 circular, already covered in my previous class. Okay. With this, I'm concluding my session. Are you there, sir? Sir, are you there? Hello? Okay, friends. If you have any doubt, I will see. Otherwise, you can exit the session. NPA class. Yeah, PPT, I'll share it. You need not ask. Yes, co-borrower only. Spouse we have to add as a co-borrower. Then only we can take her income. Otherwise, we cannot take. Na? Guarantor, we cannot take income. Please remember, guarantor is only a guarantor. Dipti, you can make a message to me. I can share it. No problem. What is the delegation of power for high risk accounts? I told you high risk accounts, DGM circle office can sanction. No problem. Kartikeya, I have already shared yesterday evening itself. Even I shared in Telegram group also. If you are not receiving, please ping me. I am giving my WhatsApp number. You can ping me so that I can send it. Okay. I am giving now. It is difficult to send individually. That's why I have given in group. Yeah, I'm sharing my number. Yeah, shared. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have given my number. How to calculate LTV, I told you. I will tell when I'm talking on agriculture. Okay. Yes, any criteria for housing loan for CIBIL, I told you. I told you about this housing loan. When you are sanctioning housing loan, if your branch manager got moderate risk, he can sanction 75% of delegated powers. Somebody is asking appraised value and LTV. See, LTV means, I told you, it is a margin. If 90% you are sanctioning means, for example, 100 rupees is the gold value. For example, you can sanction only 90%. The 10% whatever you kept margin, that margin out of that, that means 90% LTV means 10% margin you are maintaining on the security. That is called LTV ratio. Coming to 85% of appraised value means whatever gold appraiser has valued. For example, gold appraiser told the value of the gold is, for example, 1 lakh. Then out of that, 85% only you can give. Okay, whatever, but it is already embedded in your gold loan. See, if you go to get a gold loan price, where you will go, there is a site, the gold loan wing has given one site. In that they have given how much that 15% margin they have incorporated, and they have given you what is the gold value now and what is the after 15% reduction of appraised value, they have given how much you can finance to the borrower. That is called appraised value. Okay. Housing loan CIBIL score, I told you already. MODTD, EMT. EMT means generally we do in Bengal and all, we do EMT only. This is called equitable mortgage. Equitable mortgage means, simple difference I'll tell you. Equitable mortgage means Party will bring the entire documents, housing loan documents, and he will give it to you, and you will keep in your branch. If it branch is a notified branch, that is called EMT. MODT means, and it will not record anywhere in sub-register office. Okay, that is called EMT. MODT means in South India we follow this MODT concept, Memorandum of Deposit of Title Deeds we call. In MODT, what happens is we will register, we will keep the documents. After that, we will go to sub-register office and we will register a document in the name of Canara Bank, and automatically in the books of sub-register office, your bank name will come. That means if any point of time party want to sell the property, he cannot sell, because in the sub-register office, your bank entry is available. You have your Canara Bank financed, na? Canara Bank has financed. So that entry will be there. So nobody will purchase that property because already he, CIC, I told you, Credit Information Company. Number already I have given here. For CGFSEL subsidy, I told you for CSIS subsidy, Central Scheme for Interest Subsidy, I told you that 4.5 lakhs is the income. For CGFSEL is a guarantee company like CGT, MSc, CGFMU. Up to 7.5 lakhs, any loan you are giving under education loan, CGFSA will cover. If you are going for occasional course, up to 1.5 lakhs will be covered by CGFSL. That is what I told you. Okay. CSIL subsidy 4.5. CSIS subsidy, yes. That is CSIS. In general advances, can loan be sanctioned CAC? Sir, that is different. See, I told you about risk grades. Risk grades. Tomorrow in MSME class, I will talk about risk rating. I told you risk rating. I told you high risk. Nobody is having powers. Only CAC of the board is having powers. That is risk rating. Now today we discussed on CIC is risk grades. Don't confuse. That is risk rating. That's why you told general advance high risk. This is risk rating where branch cannot sanction, only boards can. That is MSME proposal. Yes, madam is already answered. In Gujarat, registered EMT we will take. Okay, sir. It's state to state, it differs. Canara rent, Canara site scheme is for staff. Yes, we can take Canara site. We can also take. In the first slide, I have already given what are the loans we are eligible to take under retail lending. Only housing loan type loans only they have given. RBI housing loan we can take, Canara mortgage we can take, Canara site and Canara home loan plus. All these 4 loans we can take. Co-borrower, guarantor. Co-borrower means is equal to borrower, but guarantor means if once the loan becomes bad, then only we can go again as the guarantor. Guarantor is guaranteeing. Co-obligant, co-borrower is equally responsible with your borrower. Repayment of gold loan express. I told you Swarna Express within 6 months he has to pay. If it is a Swarna loan, 12 months. If it is a Swarna overdraft, it is 2 years. CAC Credit Approval Committee. Agri loan NPA. Agri loan NPA is not connected. Sir, number. Okay, sir, please send again. Okay, this is my number. Okay, somebody has already given. For education loan subsidy applicable to only merit student, management also eligible. No, I think management candidate, they are not providing that subsidy. Only for meritorious people only they will give. See, already management quota means he is having so much of money. That's why he purchased that particular seat. Then why government will give subsidy, sir? Last time, let it go loan, 3 to 4 questions asked. Okay. CAC, okay. Okay. Okay, I almost answered all the questions. Triggering I have not discussed because triggering means, I'll tell you, I think some people have left it. Triggering means actually I skipped that slide. I don't think it will ask to you. That's why I skipped it. Triggering means, for example, what we have told, LTV ratio should be 90%, right? If 90% means 10% margin you are having. For example, interest was debited. Some 1 lakh security he has given, 90,000 loan he has taken. What is the LTV? 10% margin is there. So 90%, right? Now what happens is, if because of interest debiting, the 90 became 93. What is the margin left to you? Only 7%. That is called triggering. Reserve Bank of India told, if you are financing to a non-agriculturist, if it 93% once it is reached, that means your margin was shrunk from 10 to 7%. Immediately you start recovering from the borrower. That is called triggering. But for agriculturist, they told 94%, 4% triggering they have given. That means from 90, it should go to 4% extra. Then only we can trigger to agriculturist. That is called triggering of agriculturist, triggering of gold loans. Okay. Vidya Sakti. I think there are two education loan schemes. Another two education loan schemes are there, which I have not discussed today. I heard this time general category also. No. Sachinand Garu, no. Only for OBC